Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. If you never failed, your success will be extremely limited. Just let that sink in for a minute. Take it in, make it part of you. Just think about it for a minute. Just a moment. And now let me repeat it. If you never fail, your success will be very limited. Wow. What the heck does that mean, Manny? If you never fail, what does that mean? You're just that good at it? Is that it? You're just so good that you never failed? None of us is that good. Let's be honest here, right? So what it really means is that you never stretch. You never stretch to that factor that you could. You never go outside the norm. You never push yourself to the limits that you could. I fail many, many times. And some of those failures cost me thousands of dollars, a lot of time, and a heck of a lot more. But what they gave me, when it was calculated, was so much more than what it cost me. Because failure creates success. I am who I am because I took those chances. I learned, I failed, I learned, I got up, I did it again. I may have failed again. I tried this, I tried that. But you know what? When you keep on rocking, you get there. You get there to that success factor. I'll tell you that story in a little bit. But let me tell you this story. I often tell a story about this young lady who had never, all the way through her high school years, had never failed in her life. And even through the first couple years of college. And there was almost nothing she could not do and be successful at it. It was just amazing. She never failed till she got to college in her third year. And then she hit a roadblock. She took what they call that medical breaker course, right? Anatomy and physiology. And I think many of you can relate to that because many of you may have been taking it. She failed and it devastated her. And it took a while for her to recover. And it changed. It changed some of the things going forward. The lesson for you all here is that if she had failed many times before that, it really wouldn't have been that big a deal. She would have gotten up a lot faster, recovered, and kept on going a lot quicker. It's a story that they tell about why A and B students end up working for C and D students, because those of us who had a hard time when we were in high school, was because we were trying stuff and failing, right? But if you never tried anything, what happens? Those of us who has failed many times ended up falling on our faces with so many times since we were young. But we get up a lot quicker and we get back on that horse. You see it all the time, don't you? When you look at young children, don't you see this all the time? You look at those young children and they learn so much and they're consistently failing because they're trying this or trying that and trying this something else and trying again. And the key is when we get older, we get gun shy, don't we? We get hesitant. We hold back. And that success that's out there isn't getting to us. So, have you tried and failed and learned and tried again? I want to share with you 3 secrets today. They're not really secrets, just 3 ways to integrate failure and success into your process. Are you up for this? Are you ready? Now, one of the things that we do is we teach leadership And one of the things we do very well is we teach leadership, and we teach how you can be a star. And so after you're done here, go to our leadership page, check out our leadership process, and see if that's something that might just be for you. We have a great leadership course, and I'll talk more about that when we get near the end here. But let's talk about these 3 ways to integrate failure into your success process. Number 1, set your goals higher than you think you can achieve. Set your goals higher than you think you can achieve. Determine what the goal is, and then take a shot at kicking it up 10, 20, 30%. Now you've got a real goal. Now you've got a real stretch. Now you will see that stretching will help you be stronger and better, and actually a whole lot more successful. As a salesperson out there, you're here, you're on targeted lead generation, you're looking for ways to make it rock. Well, set that target higher, because guess what? You can do it. As a salesperson, if your goal and quota given to you is $1 million a year, then your own goal should be 1.2 million or 1.3 million. Work to that goal. So number 1 is whatever goals you've defined or whatever goals have been set for you, because I know some of you working in corporate environments, goals are set for you. Whatever that goal is, let's pump it up a little higher and see what happens. Number 2, practice at a higher level than you will ever have to achieve to win. Now, what does that mean? It means very simply, do more than you'll ever have to do in the real contest. Make it so the real contest ends up being a cakewalk. Cakewalk. A cakewalk. In running, let's say you're a runner. If your objective is you're in a 10-mile race, then practice 15. If you're in a sprint and it's a 100-yard dash, practice 120. Go for it. If you can do 15 when the goal is 10, guess what? When you get out there, it's a cakewalk. And you salespeople out there, if you got to make 50 calls a day to achieve your goal, and that's what the process says, then make 60 or 70. Hey, if you make an extra 20 calls a day, 5 days a week, guess what? You, in essence, are doing 7 days worth of calls. Now, do you think your success will be much more and much higher? You're running at 40% more calls than the rest of the people. Do you think your success will be higher? When you practice at a level that makes you excel and makes you hit that higher goal. You put those 2 things together and you are unstoppable. And that's really where you're trying to go. So I want you to take those 2 things in. Set your goals higher and practice more and more and more. And watch what happens. Put some more obstacles in your way. Put some things out there to stop you. Put some things out there to make it harder. Call at times when normally nobody's there. Do some things that are different. Make the job harder. And watch what happens. Number 3. When you fail, stop. Review what just happened. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I learn? And then jump back in and do it again. Don't spend so much time thinking about it. Spend your time in doing something more to make it happen. The problem is When you start thinking too much, you get those two little people sitting on your shoulders. Those people that sit on your shoulder. One sitting over here on the left saying you can't do it. One sitting over to the right, go for it, go for it. You can't do it. Go for it, go for it. You don't want to be in there. I know that's a simple example, but it's true. Failure does create success, but only when you learn from it and move forward at a higher speed. Get up, do it again and again and again. Failure is a temporary option. Winning is the goal. And remember the story I told you. And I can tell you a lot of stories about people they don't understand because they haven't experienced it. And when they experience it, it devastates them. Other people, we fail all the time. And it's just part of the process. And that's why when the game is over, we've won. Winning is action. This is what we teach you in our leadership training course. And so if you're in a company and you have at least 10 to 12 first level leaders that you would like to train, then you need to connect with me, because this is what we have, a process that can help you. How to develop a winning you, how to develop a winning team, and then how to coach your team to the fantastic victory in the process. To learn more about us, just go to our website, coachmanny.com, click on the leadership process, check it out. Go to our website, click on the schedule, and set up a 15-minute call with me, and let's go through the process and watch what happens. I just want you to take with you today, because I know a lot of you out there are saying, how am I going to get more business? How am I going to build this thing? How am I going to make it happen? Well, first of all, you're going to set your goals at a higher level. Instead of doing 2 million this year, you're going to do 2.5 or 2.3, but something at a higher level. And then you're going to practice. You're going to take your build process for selling, and you're going to increase the numbers. Number of calls, number of stop buys, number of that, to work at a much higher level. And then as things don't work, you're going to figure them out, fix them, and keep on rocking. Guarantee you from the coach, this stuff works. So get out there and start doing it. Hey, it's Coach Manny. As always, working with you all is a great pleasure, and I enjoy it, and I'm enjoying today being with you. Thank you for listening. Check out our books, check out our courses, and just let me close with saying, if you're not in the inner circle yet, get in there. We are getting ready to launch some brand new inner circle stuff. I'm telling you, for the price of a simple lunch with somebody, $29 a month, you can be a part of this group. I want you in there. Hey, Coach Manny saying, get out there, rock, take those chances, make it happen, and watch what happens.